to state. But most families are known to go out of their way to make a wedding a huge celebration, which can last for as long as 5 days or more. It is common for wedding preparations to start a year before the actual date. After a couple gets engaged to be married, the date for the wedding is chosen very carefully based on the bride and groom's birthdays and other details to bring good luck. 2 days before the wedding, celebrations begin at the groom's home. This is called making the groom. Musicians visit his home as early as 4 in the morning and play traditional music while the groom's relatives and neighbors come to see him. While there, they make decorations from mango leaves, which will later be used at the wedding ceremony. Next, someone washes the groom with coconut or olive oil. His face is painted with a black dot on each cheek and a spot between his eyes. Then an older person in the family offers the groom money as a gift. The bride goes through a ceremony before the wedding called making the bride. Her face, arms, hands, and feet are painted attractively by her relatives, leaving her skin a red color. This process takes many hours to do and requires a lot of patience.
Wedding. Una pareja hindú se compromete mucho antes de la boda. There is a lot of preparation before an Indian wedding. Hay muchos preparativos antes de una boda hindú. Or C, an Indian wedding lasts 4 days. Una boda hindú dura días. What is the main, the main idea or the statement that best summarizes the information? A, B, or C?
Letter C.
Letter C, says one student. Somebody said B? A? For example, C, it's actually a fact, ¿no? Eso sería como un hecho real. They say that it lasts for days. But what is like the main idea? What is all the information about? The information is about
Letter B.
Letter B, yes. There is a lot of preparation for this kind of weddings, for an Indian wedding, okay? And in exercise B, we are going to listen again and we are going to circle, the words that best complete each sentence, all right? For example, here is about the duration. How long, how many days does a wedding celebration last? Okay, then what happens here, some details. So let me add, oh, sorry. Meet students.
Listen again to Part 1 and circle the best way to complete each statement. Part 1.
In India, Hindu wedding traditions vary from state to state. But most families are known to go out of their way to make a wedding a huge celebration, which can last for as long as 5 days or more.
Did you hear the number of days? Listen.
Can last for as long as 5 days or more.
Okay, what can we hear in number 1? 2
5
or 5?
days.
Yes, 5 days or more. Wow.
It is common for wedding preparations to start a year before the actual date.
They start the preparations 1 year before the day of the wedding.
After a couple gets engaged to be married, the date for the wedding is chosen very carefully based on the bride and groom's birthdays. And
check here, the bride's and groom's birthdays are used to choose the engagement or the wedding date. It says
Wedding
las fechas, the wedding day, las fechas de cumpleaños de los novios son como, ¿no? Fechas especiales para poder escoger la fecha de la boda. So based on that, the wedding day.
Other details to bring good luck. 2 days before the wedding, celebrations begin at the groom's home. This is called making the groom. Musicians visit his home as early as 4 in the morning and play traditional music while the groom's relatives and neighbors come to see him.
Okay, what happens before the wedding? Musicians visit the bride's home, la casa de la novia, or the groom's home?
Groom's
The
home.
groom's home, yes.
Groom's home.
It's like for us, the bachelor's party. Para nosotros sería como la despedida de soltero, right? But for them, it's making the grooms. They visit the groom's home. They there are musicians. Okay. What else?
While there, they make decorations from mango leaves, which will later be used at the wedding ceremony. Next, someone washes the groom with coconut or olive oil.
Someone washes the groom with coconut or olive oil. So what about number 4? Who is washed with oil? ¿Quién es lavado con aceite, no? De coco or olive, de oliva. The bride or the groom?
The bride.
All right.
Listen.
Next, someone washes the groom with coconut or olive oil.
Someone washes the groom with coconut or olive oil. The groom, el novio. Mhm.
Hace todo el novio, miss.
His face is painted with a black dot on each cheek and a spot between his eyes. Then an older person in the family offers the groom money as a gift.
An older relative or an older family member offers money. To whom? The bride or groom?
Groom.
The groom. The groom is giving
Oh,
money.
yes, groom.
Hace todo el novio.
Everything for the groom.
The bride goes through a ceremony before the wedding called making the bride. Her face, arms, hands, and feet are painted attractively by her relatives, leaving her skin a red color. This process takes many hours to do and requires a lot of patience.
Okay. The relatives spend a lot of time painting the bride's skin or the groom's skin? The bride, yes. All the relatives spend, all of her body, leaving a kind of red color. And then they decorate also with henna, tattoos made with henna. Okay, that's a typical tradition in Hindu weddings. All right, guys, that's it. That's fine. So we have work on that. With this listening, you can just check that in the next page. Okay, just give me a second. Yes, you guys mark the answers. On the next page, we have basically a couple of exercises. Let me just give you the answers. In exercise C, actually the answer is A, all right? And in D, numbers 2, 3, 4 are true, okay? That's it. That's it, guys. So right now, please go to El Cultural Virtual. Ella, can you turn?
1.
Brazil farmers report the loss of dairy and beef cattle. There has been no measurable rainfall in 3 months, and the dry land cannot feed their animals.
The storm's winds reached a record 150 kilometers per hour.
Fill your car with gas now.
Rain hasn't stopped in a week, and people nearest the river are moving out of their houses because the roads are covered in water.
Close all windows and cover windows with wooden boards. Buy extra batteries for flashlights.
So what did you want to be when you grew up?
Me? I actually wanted to be a sculptor.
Weren't you going to marry that beautiful American dancer? What was her name? Jessica?
You remember?
I always thought you would become a lawyer. What do you mean?
Well, you love to argue, and you love to win.
Good morning.
Hello, I'm Sonia Espinosa. I'm interested in the job as director of the sports program, the one on the cruise ship.
11.
I've won a few swimming contests and I've been teaching swimming at a club for 5 years. I actually thought I would be an Olympic swimmer.
Well, ever since I was a child, I've been great with my hands.
Manual dexterity. Can you tell me a little more?
Sure. People always tell me that I'm good at fixing things. I love to fix things that are broken.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Agnes Lukens, and I'm a people person.
A people person. Could you please explain what you mean, Miss Lukens?
I just love working with people.
Wow, that dress your sister's wearing is gorgeous.
Wanted to become a firefighter, but my family talked me out of it.
Good afternoon. You must be Karen Trent.
Yes, I'm looking for a job.
Certainly, Miss Trent. What kind of experience do you have?
Well, I'm a painter. I painted the murals at the new Design Center reception area.
Really? Those are beautiful. I understand they won a prize. You do have a lot of talent.
Thanks. I actually have a teaching certificate in art, and I'd love to work with children. Is there anything available in Europe? I speak French and German as well as English, and I'd love a chance to practice.
Oh my goodness, take a look at this.
Why? What's going on?
There's this enormous flood in Slovakia. Look at these people on the roof.
Any word on casualties?
It says no reports of deaths or injuries so far.
And can you imagine the property damage?
Well, they estimate almost 50% of the houses in town are underwater already.
Sagan Sar, or White Month, is a celebration of the Lunar New Year in Mongolia. It's held for 3 days in February or March. Before the first day of the celebration, families clean every corner of their house. During this time, people wear new clothes, usually traditional Mongolian clothing, and they make lots of traditional foods. They also give each other gifts. All these activities symbolize starting the new year clean, rich, and happy.
And have a seat.
Thank you. I'm Ed Snodgrass, and I'm a student. I'm looking for some kind of a summer job. Maybe in Thailand?
Asia. Well, let's see. Tell me something about your skills and abilities.
Well, I'm pretty young, but people have always said I have a lot of common sense.